have been a number of billboards erected in Alabama that have been supported by white supremacists in the area. Now, these individuals are very concerned about white genocide, although they don't really know what the word genocide means. And the latest billboard says the following: diversity means chasing down the last white person, #white genocide.
You see, it wasn't black people who dressed up in hoods, went and burned crosses in people's yards to scare the hell out of them, and then every once in a while would take a white guy and then burn him while hanging him, and then take pieces of his body home for memorabilia. It wasn't black people who did that. It was white people who did that. See, now if you call that a genocide, you take millions of people from one place to another in chains. A lot of them die on the way. And then you whip them and beat them and rape them and imprison them for their entire lives and their families' lives, and you split their families. All of that, you can call that a genocide. You know, that might be a fair definition of a genocide. Or if you take Native Americans and you butcher them to pieces. You say, oh, we'll do a peace treaty with you, and then you murder them, right? You might call that a genocide. When did the white people in this country suffer from genocide? I think I missed that. Maybe I got taught some liberal propaganda at school.
Well, look, Cenk, you're not considering the fact that, you know, more white people than minorities get incarcerated in this country. Oh, wait, that doesn't happen. You're not considering the fact that whenever there's a person of authority dealing with someone, you know, that might be breaking the law, black people usually get the benefit of the doubt, while white people get arrested immediately, no questions asked, or get shot when they're unarmed. Wait, I got that in reverse, right? Do you guys know what genocide means? Do you know? Do you have any idea what genocide means? This is funded by an organization called the White Genocide Project, which makes it sound like you're in favor of white genocide, by the way.
Ironic.
It reminds me of watching Fox News and hearing people call Obama like a Marxist and a socialist, even though he has done everything in his power to hand things out to corporations. I don't understand, like, it doesn't make any sense, right? So in this case, again, doesn't make any sense. And how do you live in a constant state of paranoia like this, where you're so afraid of people that are different from you, that just the mere thought of giving people equal rights makes you shit in your pants because you can't handle it? That's white genocide? Really? Look, I'm white. I'm living the life. Okay? No one's coming out to get me. All right? So everyone needs to calm the hell down. And then the people who make the argument that racism doesn't exist, these people are erecting billboards like this. They're erecting them.
Okay, so well, two things to end the story on. One is, I'm kind of glad that they're doing a billboard, so at least we know where they stand, right? So these guys, I don't know why they're emboldened lately. I don't know, it might be because we have our first African-American president. You see how dominant blacks are? We're the first half African-American president. Wow, okay. And so at least when they announce it, now you know. Like, so people who say, oh, no, there's no racism here. Well, who's the guy who put up that giant billboard by the side of the road? That guy seems like a racist, right? Guy talking about white genocide. The second part of this is that, look, there is stereotyping, racism that exists in overall society. And a great majority, I would say a majority of it is not malicious. People don't realize that they're stereotyping. So the studies that we've talked about all the time about you have a black name on a stereotypically black name on a resume, stereotypically white name on a resume. The white name gets 50% more callbacks. So you have so much more opportunity if you're white, as an example, right? But then there are the overt racists, like these guys. And the overt racists are losers, okay? And I don't mean that like they're losers because they're racist. That's true too. No, I mean they're the sad, pathetic guys who couldn't make it, right?
And they're looking for a scapegoat.
Yeah. How many of these guys are running Fortune 500 companies, right? Not because you get fired if you put up a billboard. Of course they're not, right? How many of them won Nobel Prizes in science? Losers. These are the guys who are so bitter at their failures in life that they have got to just blame someone else.
Yeah.
It wasn't my fault that I'm a loser. Oh, it's because society's run by blacks, and they're out to get good white people like me, and that's why I wound up being a miserable failure in my life.
#white genocide.
So when you see these guys, yes, of course it's normal to get angry at them, but also understand the misery that they live in. and what sad, sad failures they are. And that they had to concoct this insane conspiracy theory that actually blacks run the country, and that's why they're keeping them down. And otherwise, they would be fabulously rich and famous. Sure you would, big guy.